So I met this really interesting girl in Mumbai, man, and we were sharing our interests. So she tells me, you know what, I love swimming. And I'm like, whoa, even I love swimming. She's like, you know what my biggest challenge is? I'm like, what? She's like, I find it very difficult to hold my breath underwater. I can barely hold it for 5-10 seconds, okay? I'm like, yeah, it's not a big challenge. She's like, how long can you hold your breath underwater? I'm like, 60 days. In good years, maybe 90 days. She thought it's a joke, till she realized I'm from the northeast. And people from Assam and Arunachal, you guys would know. In 90 days, we hold our breath underwater in the floods. And this is one cool achievement nobody talks about because it's an achievement in the northeast. She could not relate to my jokes. She said, your jokes are unrelatable. I'm like, dude, just not the jokes. The entire region is unrelatable. It's amazing. The statistic was flowing around. 23.4 million people are watching MS Dhoni save the match against New Zealand. And I'm like, that number could have been 24.4 million. Because 1 million people couldn't watch Dhoni save the match because they were busy saving their lives. And why wouldn't you know about it? It's because when an India-New Zealand match gets washed out, you guys go like, what the fuck? But when Northeast gets washed out, we guys go like, who the fuck? The houses were being swept away by the way, okay? It's phenomenal. When people in Mumbai tell me, dude, my house has a swimming pool, I'm like, kaun si badi baat hai? You come to Assam in the month of June to August, houses don't have swimming pools. Swimming pools have houses. Unbelievable, okay? And you guys won't know about it, obviously. Because media obviously has better things to do, right? Like, I'm more interested in knowing ki this actor and this actress that wore the dress on Monday, have they repeated it on Saturday? Like, clearly I'm waking up every morning thinking, yaar, aaj unhone same kapde pehne honge na? Yehi to news mujhe chahiye. This is the kind of news I want. 10 things you should do while having mangoes. Dude, why don't you tell me 10 things I should do while trying to save 1 million people who are drowning in the northeast? It's phenomenal. So many people are dying. Flash floods are happening in the northeast and nobody cares to talk about it. You know why? Because when there's water logging in Mumbai and there's water logging in Bangalore, the media has an orgasmic urge to question authorities. What is happening with people? Where is the tax going? Etc. etc. But the moment something happens in the northeast, the media goes into an erectile dysfunction mode. That is water logging. And I love the headlines, okay? Sometimes you guys come up with. Water logging in Mumbai, people are drowning in knee-deep water. And I'm like, no dude, you don't drown in knee-deep water. Because डूबने के लिए यहाँ से डूबना पड़ता है. और अगर आपको विश्वास नहीं होता है, just come to the northeast. You guys will see people actually drowning in neck-deep water. Deluge is a word in English. If you want to experience what that word means, visit Assam right now. Incredible northeast. I don't know who to pinpoint and who to ask questions of. You look at politicians right now. Have they done the bit? Of course they've done the bit, yeah. When an entire region is suffering from flash floods and people are getting displaced, our professional politicians from this region are participating in the bottle cap challenge. Totally. And nailing it, by the way. They're doing fairly good, okay, at that job. But maybe, sir, right now your priority should be different. Maybe the real bottle cap challenge that you should be nailing right now is how to bottle all this flood water, take it away from the houses of people and protect them. The cooler part is some politicians are participating in this Clean India campaign. I love the campaign, man. I absolutely love the campaign. And the sort of branding that you guys are doing is even better. 2 days ago, some MPs were cleaning the parliament. Wow. But clearly in this country, if I had to clean a place which is expected to be dirty with filth, it is the parliament. वहाँ पे तो sweepers होंगे नहीं ना, पूरी गंदगी होगी तो इसलिए साफ करना पड़ता है, of course. But if you really want to, come up with such great roadies challenges and Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, why don't you come to the northeast where you'll be able to clean real shit, man, real shit. You'll be able to clean garbage. You'll be able to clean people because there'll be dead bodies lying, man. You won't know, you won't care, but the dead bodies will be cleaned. There are animals which are floating. Yeah, really, animals which are floating. Abhi the country is obsessed with Karnataka because MLAs are being poached. I'm like, poaching से याद आया. अगर आपको poaching ही देखना है, why don't you come to Kaziranga, where rhinos are being poached? Now the only difference between Karnataka MLAs and rhinos in Kaziranga are that Karnataka MLAs are being poached with consent. But if poachers are watching my video, आप Kaziranga भी जा सकते हैं because आपको poaching के लिए मेहनत भी नहीं करनी पड़ेगी. Generally poaching के लिए you have to sit there, take aim, shoot the rhino, then pluck out his one horn. Right now it's cool, it's very chill, okay, very chill. Rhinos मरे पड़े हैं. Rhinos are floating. You know why? And I think rhinos are bloody attention seekers, okay? Because I thought कि animals can know how to swim. And rhinos को तो आते ही है swimming. पर साले attention मांगते हैं यार. हमने attention दे ही नहीं रहे. ते लगा किसके लिए swim करे? There's no gallery. हम तो perform करते हैं ना. इतू सा attention दे देते हैं ना rhinos को ताकि वो जिंदा होते हैं. There's this politician in Assam, okay, he met me, like, dude, I'm really proud of the work you're doing, man. Year on year, you keep representing the issues of Northeast. The floods, nobody talks about, you talk about it. I'm like, sir, shame on you. Because if you had done something between last year and this year, maybe I wouldn't need to talk about this year on year. And maybe, sir, I'm waiting for the utopian day where I don't have to come to the Northeast for a stand-up comedy tour and be doing this. So it's time you leave your credentials aside and all those ideological differences and get your act together. Because if we don't get our act together, one part of the country that lives in darkness is going to be swept away and you won't even realize that. We have an Act East policy in the country. I think when they were drafting the policy, they wanted to call it the Acting East policy because we're just acting to act. It's phenomenal that you start getting hate mails for work like this as well. People are like, you're just questioning because BJP is in power. I'm like, no. Earlier Congress was in power, even then Assam was drowning. Now BJP is in power, even now Assam is drowning. The only problem is, right now, this ideological differences mein na, people keep fighting. But when floods come na, floods teach us one wonderful lesson, the lesson of secularism. Because जब floods आते हैं यार वो devastate करते हैं ना, they don't look at you whether you are a bhakt, an aptard or a lifted or a congressy. वो तो बहा के लेके जाते हैं. You may think that I've gone overboard with this joke. I'll tell you what. There are a set of 1 million people in the Northeast who are hoping and dreaming to go overboard. My dream is that someday when I tell people jokes on the Northeast, I have people, real people sitting here with ears open and eyes open listening to these. The reason why I always choose to do jokes in an empty room when I talk about the Northeast is because that's symbolic of how people in the Northeast have always felt. A million stories to talk about, but not a single person to hear. But I do hope right now everybody hears the story. Because if we don't hear the story, there are people, millions of them, who will perish. The people who are dying, the precious animals who are dying, the human lives being lost, livelihoods being devastated. And if we don't get our act together, I don't think we ever deserve to ask these people to call themselves one of us. Because when Kerala was flooded, we got together, hashtag save Kerala. When Chennai was flooded, we had a hashtag save Chennai. Where is the hashtag save Northeast? I am repeating again, 1 million people. By the time you figure out how many zeros there are in 1 million, another lakh would have been displaced. To forget your maths, get your act together. Let's do something. There's a region of India that needs us.